Novotny. Now that I've got that right, it's a routine that I've got to get back into the habit of saying now that I've rebranded. And alongside me is going to be the incrackable, the one, the only, the unstoppable Mastercaster, Switchblade J. And before we get started, we'd like to thank our sponsors and partners. That would be Razer Arena, Olympus, CSGO Lounge, and Twitch.tv. So here we are in the pistol round. Map choice is ViCi Gaming, so maybe this will work in their favor. We already see a lot of action coming in for their favor, as they are on Terror's side, and now we're going to be seeing Stev getting the second frag. He gets the first, if I'm not mistaken. Third as well. Good God, is this... I'm sorry, second to his name. AMTV got away with the first. Bomb's down. Now everyone should be in position to hold this perfectly. But I can't really see what Threats is doing. They've really only invested a kit and armor into this, and they want to hold on to that until the next round, interestingly enough. What are your thoughts on this, Jay?
Well, I don't know, to be honest. It's a little bit of a weird round for Threats. It looks like they just kind of want to hold on to what they have here because they've already lost pretty much the round at this point. The bomb's too far ticked. ViCi just unstoppable force heading in towards the B site. Just got the bomb down so quickly. And again, it's that speed that just kind of helps them out an extreme amount because they just seem to be able to pick up the bomb plant and get themselves an early advantage in the pistol round so easily. So for them, you know, that's great and everything. And for Threats, you know, obviously losing that early challenge, it just means that they end up they end up obviously worse off, and they just kind of make the advanced decision to be like, you know what? Let's not even bother go ahead and risk our armor. Let's go ahead and have a little bit more to work into the next round with, because you can see two players tried to save. One did, that being Stalker, and now he's got enough to be able to justify a buy-in with a UMP, not having to invest in that armor. So for him, he's going to be such a key player for the Threat side, and will have to be good on the defensive here, as it will be ViCi moving their way straight on through towards the B site. Once again, they've done well in taking it, and now they're going to have to do well in defending it. 2 kills already to their favor. And Threats, well, actually, just never mind defending it. It's going to have to be the save coming in from the CT side once again, very early on in this take.
Indeed, and so this is looking like another round that is more or less going to get seceded and donated more or less to ViCi Gaming. I mean, I see what they're trying to do. They've invested armor into this round. They've invested upgraded pistols. In the case of Stalker, he's also got a UMP. He wants to be able to hold on to that, but it looks like Dark Lord, well, his prospects of holding on to is 5.7 in armor. Shut down Joking, taking down Kaiser as well. The last player standing is the Stalker. And he happens to be in the right place at the right time. Manages to land a headshot onto Advent.
Do you know what? I was an expected round coming out of Threats. At the very least, Stalker was able to get that final kill, so he gets an extra amount of money on his side. Yeah. So that's not bad for him. I think that's extremely good for him, of course, to have that UMP still into the next round. Of course, Threats will full eco, so for them to have that much going for them, once again, it comes down to where he places himself. And in this case, they're going to go for a full stack towards the B site, and he's going to be the lone man over on A. So actually, this isn't even that bad of a setup for Threats. If he's good enough, he can take down a couple of people. They have got mid-aggression, they have got one lurker out towards the Palace area, but ViCi, well, they got plenty of presence wherever they need to be here. Threats, aggression, we'll clear it out, we'll call it out. It's probably going to be the A site. Bombs on its way through to Connector. There's actually some decent angles from Threats, actually. If they can land those headshots, then it'll be very, very good for them, as Kaiser takes the first on to Joking. And now it will be a 4-on-5 that favors the man advantage of Threats. Still weapon advantage to ViCi, and they will make that felt. AMTV takes one, but there's Kishi and Kaiser coming in with 2 more kills. The UMP works out well for Stalker. He does get taken down by the AK, but the AK is all that's in play now. A 1 versus 3. Still doable. No armor on any of the Threats players, so it's going to have to take a unified push from several angles to make this one work. And they are playing the long-range game.
I just wanted to highlight that Advent, he's one of the players that was originally a part of ViCi Gaming's CyberZen. So one of the few players that's actually stuck around through the shuffle, I guess you could say. But I was just going to say that, you know, there's a reason why the team decided to keep him, and oh boy, this one definitely turned itself on its head this round of all rounds. Typically, if you see the first 2 rounds given to the terrorist side, the third one is expected to go to them as well, but that was certainly far from the case, and that we're talking about a huge, I guess you could say, metagaming prediction for both for round 2. And that was far from it. All of that off of the back of 1 UMP, and I said uh-oh at the beginning of round 3 there because Stalker had jumped and made some noise just below Palace when he was in shadows. So I was a little bit concerned that he's been caught onto, his position's revealed, but he was still alive with 1 HP more or less. Now the execution for this round in the here and the now seems to be going a little bit... you know, this is pretty flexible right here. I guess they're going to go with their first pick, and that looks like a push towards bomb site B potentially, but that's Stev who gets refragged, and maybe, just maybe, I could be eating my own words. Indeed, as we do see the bomb plant now coming in on A site, not B. Gonna be Dark Lord now, looking to make his way into sight. Will do so after he takes down Joking. Now we have the rest of the CTs coming in. It's 4 versus 3, not in favor of ViCi Gaming at this point in the game. It's going to be Jackson, however, bringing it back to 3-3-2-2. And now 1-1. Oh, sorry, 1-2. Advent, he's in a very difficult position. He's got to pop that. He is. And the question is there enough time for
no time?
It looks like no. Not even with a kit? He picked up a kit. Did Kaiser...
He didn't have the kit when he was actually hitting the defuse, yet when he walked away back towards the CT stairs, that's when he picked it up. So he didn't actually have the defuse kit, and he walked away. He didn't even realize that he had it up, so he probably could have gotten that defuse if he just picked up the kit and walked back to it. But in his case, a small misstep, a small problem on his side, leaves him a lone man alive to defend and to hold onto the AWP for the round. Fortunately, Threats in this case are able to buy back around it. They're going to get themselves out 3 M4s, 1 UMP. Advent and Stev in particular are going to have the 2 UMPs for the ViCi Gaming side alongside the 3 AKs as backup. And now it looks like they're going to go for B once again. It's worked out well for them so far, so, you know, why fix what's not broken? Now Kishi will actually take the first pick, and Advent's going to be the first man in with the UMP, spots out CLB, does a little bit of damage onto one, but isn't able to take down one before he actually ends up falling. Joking comes onto Kishi, takes him down, 3 versus 4. Bomb's going to get planted. The retake is on for the Threat side, but already the aggression from the ViCi Gaming side out towards short, out towards market. They're trying to lock out these angles and stop them before they can get any further than that. Kaiser going to be first man in. Advent spots him out. Easy headshot. Joking takes down Stalker. Leaves Dark Lord alive alone in a 1 versus 4. Takes 1 down. The question is, can he find the other 3? The chances are no, as he will play passive and look to save.
Yeah, this is an almost nightmarish scenario that we now see Threats entering. They just won a single round, and as you can see, they're more or less slated to lose this one. Economically speaking, this is going to have a huge impact on their banks, as the players will only gain 1,400 off the back of this, and that's going to be less than enough to make a purchase with. Sorry, that was second loss in a row, so they got 1,900. My mistake. I did my math poorly.
And that sucks too, because Dark Lord got taken out at the very end of that round as well. So sadly for him, like all the ViCi just knew where he was, and they were just trying to watch out for him, and Joking just managed to take him down at the end of it. So it's a shame, but Threats, that's what kind of happens sometimes in Counter-Strike. It will be 5-1 at the end of this round. It should be, because Threats are going to have very little to defend with the USPs, P250s, and not much more than that. Stev takes the first, drops him down. Kishi goes falling. And ViCi, well, they have full control of this round. I don't think there's any reason to doubt that from the Threats side. So only USPs, P250 out of play. No headshot potential for them here. As ViCi will just pick apart the CT side 1 by 1 by 1. And now a 2-on-5 will ensue with the bomb going down. Stalker and CLB looking for any damage they can onto the ViCi side.
Indeed. So right now, I mean, it's still a little bit early in this map to tell, but I certainly think that this is just ViCi Gaming feeling very confident on their map choice. I mean, you know, the analysis desk basically gave up on this one, is what they said. They abandoned ship, and I think they kind of jumped on the Threats bandwagon, but certainly not the case here.
Yeah, 5-1. ViCi in the lead this time. It seems like every time we seem to have our predictions on point, they come back and prove us wrong. Thank you, ViCi. Lovely. 5-1 on the T side. Of course, the AK is out in play. Versus Threats, who will also fall blind to the M4s. Lots of smokes to work with, and actually, this is a very unique strategy here. 2 players, 3 players heading down mid. Going to see if they can try to pick off the one here instead. And actually, this could be a very nice trade opportunity, regardless of whether he gets the kill or not. He's going to have to go challenging. And ViCi will actually be able to find that first pick. A little bit of team damage does come in, sadly. But meanwhile, that's enabled ViCi all the presence they need over towards the A site. Quick rotations will come in from the connector area. Stalker there to try and defend from CT stairs. Freeze down Jackson isn't able to find a kill. 58 HP on his part. And now the bomb will be on towards the site, towards the firebox. Advent finally trading it out. Takes one. The bomb will get planted for default. And now Threats will be on. No, sorry, we'll get planted for danger box instead. But the retake is on. Oh, Dark Lord, nicely done. Good stuff through the wallbang. Joking to take down one. And Dark Lord almost able to spray. Just falls off the edge of the stairs. Finally takes the kill. Kaiser comes in onto AMTV. And that leaves Jackson alone in a 1 versus 3. Bomb has been dropped. He is back towards Palace. And how much can he do here? Lots he needs to do. Finds Kaiser, manages to spray him down, but he's going to get double peaked from 2 different angles that he just can't deal with in this case. It's going to be the second round on the board for Threats. ViCi will lose 1 out, but they are still in the lead.
I felt like that was a slight movement error coming in from Jackson there at the end. He was in the position to take down one player where he knew he was. But if he had just like kind of taken a more conservative position back towards hallway, he could have fallen back and extended that firefight a little bit longer. So that, you know, just I guess you could say it's small gripe, but who might have criticized a player that's on one of the world's biggest esports organizations? 1-for-1 up at mid, and that's just going to shut down the aggression coming up mid from ViCi Gaming. And going to, looks like CLB, he's doing a good job of holding down his end, but now we have the plant coming in on bomb site A, hopefully sometime soon. It feels like it's coming in a little bit slowly. They're gonna have to watch for connector very carefully. Stalker manages to hold his own from stairs, firing through ticket booth right now, and does get Advent. Nicely done.
Alright, well played.
Yeah, AMTV, he's waiting for them to go in. I mean, just barely get that bomb plant in, so now all Advent has to do is just hold that angle quite carefully. He does manage to take down one, but just this, it goes to Threats. Did we speak too soon about ViCi Gaming feeling confident on this map?
I feel like it's just the caster's curse at this point. It's definitely strong with us too, that's for sure.
Yeah,
Threats,
yeah.
of course, winning that round, but ViCi did a lot of damage to them, so you can see that the buy-up in this round is going to be, well, difficult to say the least. $1,000 is the most that any one individual player has. The overall economical situation looking dire for both sides. This could be a potential even up situation for Threats if they can manage to find this round here. They could easily reset ViCi back to an eco and put them in a situation where they could end up taking a 5th against the T side. Round number 9 will start to play out. Damage done the Dark Lord. At the point of no return, and ViCi will have themselves a lot of mid control up towards the bottom. But Kaiser spraying and continues it onto 3. Nicely done. So that's the deal with Joking over towards the Palace area, but all his teammates have fallen around him like dominoes. He walks in the fire, almost a 1G, 1 HP on him. The grenade isn't going to be spot on, but it takes 1 peek from any one of these players to shut him down, and it will be Kaiser that finds himself a 4K in that round for the 4th rounds on the board of Threats.
That was just, you know, that was almost a 1G, almost. It was 1 HP. But, you know, technically speaking, I don't think you could call it a 1G because he wasn't in a position where he was the last player alive, could go for the bomb defuse and then walk straight into fire and kills himself as a result. So here we are now, and ViCi Gaming has a less than optimal buy. Nonetheless, they'll still get the opening frag in the form of vent. He's gonna throw a pop flash, and he'll be killed while his opponent is flashbanged. Kaiser probably thankful to get away with his life. Stalker's gonna hold his ground on bomb site A. He's gonna be reinforced from stairs before his teammate is dropped. He's gonna rotate position, reload, and that is going to be all she wrote. Threats 3 players alive at the end of that round, and what really feels like 3 very, very quick rounds. We see ViCi Gaming on their back foot, economically speaking.
Yeah, just the Tech 9s, Deagles, CZs, Zeus, of all things on Joking. He did just throw that away. But it will be very little for ViCi to work with up against threats to have themselves, well, the full rifle by 2 AKs, 3 M4s. No AWP just yet, but of course that is pretty heavy investment. Their economy is not looking too solid. So honestly, I'd say that's the best thing that they could get out here. And well, it will be the 1-for-1 trade that comes out towards Underpass. Advent getting Dark Lord after Joking goes down. And he will land a nice headshot as well onto Kaiser. Meanwhile, Kishi getting down Jackson back to a 3-on-3 situation. ViCi actually putting this one back together pretty nicely. Still down to 9 HP, will get challenged. But look at this, once again, AMTV with the wallbang and will take down Stalker. And the bomb has been planted as well for the ViCi side, so this round isn't even that badly off for them. Threat still up with a pretty difficult retake. It's planted for the team ramp. Kishi and CLB will start to make their way on through here. Kishi, does he spot out the one? No, he drops down towards Sandwich. Advent with the AK. Well, he has to take this headshot in order to try and get this round. Time is ticking away. They have got the defuse kit. Flashbangs and smokes are out, and once they tap, rotate try for the spray. It's not going to happen. The rotate from connector does come in. Kishi does take it down, but Advent takes down the defusing player, and now Kishi has to stick it. 12 HP. It takes one bullet for Advent to take him out of the action, and he will find it 6-5. ViCi just about hold it together.
Why did he have to run towards the bomb at the end? I mean, that's a minor gripe, but at the same time, you know, that's another $2,700 that he's going to have to spend on an AK-47.
And armor and utility and all.
Alright, it's alright. I have yet to see a tier 1 team do this.
Well, it will be the UMPs and such out for threats. Not a whole lot to work with here. ViCi coming back off the reset to, well, force threats into a force here. Head armor, Kevlar, defuse kits, 3 of them. Limited utility to work with on the CT side. ViCi, on paper, this should be a round for them. Although, as I say that, it's always going to be the first pick that goes to the favour of threats. Stev goes falling. Keisha Sandek's a nice headshot. And Joking's going to get himself aggressive. Kaiser, check to your left, my friend. Because there's one man there who wants to snog you, and he's going to snog you with his bullets of his AK. AMTV takes down Dark Lord, and now we're down to a 2-on-4 situation. Kishi takes down the kill, even though he is pop flashed. And the bomb will go down for the retake coming in for threats.
Alright, so now, I mean, this is round that if ViCi plays their cards right, should be able to hold. They are able to take down both players. It's going to be putting them in a very dire position, economically speaking. I mean, to say threats will be in a very dire position. But that's 1 versus 1 now. Pros don't fake. Pros don't fake. Pros don't fake. And that's going to be CLB. He's going pro. Back to 6 rounds. It's just been it's been round for round. Both teams, relatively speaking, low economy. That is to say, sub 9,000. Neither team has really built a substantial lead. No memes intended when I said sub 9,000. It probably should have said sub 10,000. There we go. But with that being said, now we can see that Threats is exhausting their bank, even though they just won that round. And we see very much the same thing coming from ViCi Gaming this time around. AMTV is only going in with an upgraded pistol. As it stands now, you've got 2 players that have managed to push up mid, Joking there with the AK-47. No one really with a long-range weapon that's meant to reinforce him. Stev gets up close and personal, is taken down at connector. And now Stalker, well, he's going to try and duel with a player carrying an AWP. Advent manages to make 1 return in favor of his team, but it's still 3 versus 4. Very low HP on Joking, the AK player as well. It'd be a good idea for him to trade his weapon with Jackson if possible. Looks like, I don't know, there's a chance for that to happen. It's just that they haven't really thought of it just yet.
And advantage for threats so far. They'll keep themselves together in this particular round up here. Bomb and 1 extra player heading over towards the B site. Joking's going to see if he can cover off backstabs towards Underpass. Or is that he's unsure? I can't tell from here. But either way, it looks like it's going to be the B site here. No utility, so they're going to have to go in dry. And they will spot out the bomb at the very least. CLB tries to take the tag damage. Doesn't finally find the kill right there. Headshots do come in from Advent, who will get the bomb down. And this is going to be such a difficult defensive afterplant coming in from ViCi. The backstabs are coming in from Kaiser. AWP, 2 UMPs in play for the CT side. And it will
NA flash coming in.
NA flash, of course, joking. On the 8 HP, Advent takes the first. Will he find the second is the question. Joking just has to play passive and try and direct all the information away from himself. It's going to be Kaiser that takes it down anyway, but it's going to be Advent that cannot find that final kill. Dark Lord comes in and takes him out of the action for the first kill for him in the round. And the 7th round on the board for Threats.
Yeah. Well, with that being said, ViCi Gaming is, I don't know, like, with only one man left alive at the end of that round, there was a lot of profit that was eaten up, and now Threat's position is not that much better than it was in the previous round. Actually, it's significantly better, given that they have an AWP, but right now ViCi Gaming is definitely in... How do I say it? Their backs are kind of against the wall, figuratively speaking. Joking's going to get the opening frag, and he will be able to use an M4 here. Gonna try and get aggressive from underground, and he knows something about enemies positioning, but that is going to be Kaiser lighting him up, getting the refrag. M4 recollected, and that's going to be Kishi dropping Advent, Stalker dropping AMTV, and there's all you see is Threats names on the left side of the kill feed right now. Jackson gonna bring things back a little bit. Should have an M4 on his person. Chooses to stick with the Deagle. Respectable choice given that's a one-shot kill to the head. M4 is not. For any of those who may be silver and watching.
Talk about way to insult the audience, mate.
No, I mean, there's tons. Come on. I mean, jeez. This is really an insult. Come on.
Right. Oh, CLB, well, nice spray down. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Actually, 4 HP on the man before the end of it, so... Maybe Threats taking 8th round. Almost a challenge that came in from Jackson, but... Well, not to be in this case. 8-6. AWP out for Stalker. ViCi will have themselves the full AK buy-up. And Dark Lord, by the looks of things... Okay, he does have a weapon dropped for him, excuse me. I thought he was going in a pretty weak... in the into this round with just a 5-7 armor. Fortunately not though. As ViCi, well, once again play for that pick style, and I think this is kind of hurting them a little bit. I feel like, oh wow, Stalker, good flick. I feel like that they need to kind of figure out like a formulated competitive push between the team themselves rather than just playing that pick style, because all in all they're losing those first picks and very rarely they're able to get the trades. Fortunately, Stev comes in, gets Kishi-san. And we're back to a 4-on-4 situation. Mid control is gathered by ViCi. One out towards Palace on this T side as well, playing Lurk. Dark Lord flashbanging through. Can we spot him out? Yes, he does take down Jackson. Nicely done, AK. And a 4-on-3. Now it does favour the CTs, and ViCi will start to move slowly but surely on through. Joking reveals his hand a little bit. Does get tagged up slightly out towards jungle, and they still have to worry about the rotating CTs here. A minute on the clock. DLB is trying to find some sort of presence over towards Sniper Nest, but it's still going to be the man advantage to the Threats team.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's 4 versus 2 as we see CLB puts Steph to sleep with 2 to the head. Bombs been planted, despite the odds. And I've seen similar positions in previous installments where teams were able to win out against this, and Joking, he's trying to carry his team to that, but he got flicked very nicely by Stalker, and it looks like this is around that. Simply put, now, with 2 players left alive in the counter-terrorist team, it goes without saying, there's no losing this one. Threats come out with the advantage at the end of the first half of 9 rounds to the 6 of ViCi Gaming. Still, all things considered, this is a better start for ViCi Gaming than it was on the previous map. Cash, and a lot is riding on the pistol round here as they switch to the counter-terrorist side. Natural firepower advantage, defender's advantage. They've got to make all of that count now.
A pistol round coming to play here. ViCi now on the CT side, and this needs to be an extremely strong side from them. Diffuse kit on Jackson. Got himself a smoke as well. Adam's got himself a frag grenade of all things. Opting not for the armor, and meanwhile Threats will get the utility out on Dark Lord. Has himself a smoke out towards CT stairs. Actually, the cross instead is going to be Jackson. See what you can find. One headshot does come in, so ViCi get themselves the immediate man advantage, but it's traded almost very well by Joking. Down to 3 HP. The bomb gets planted though, and the threats, perfect play from them, get them down, so at least they can have themselves an early rifle buy if they do decide to go for it. ViCi now up for a retake. One player tagged down hard. They've got themselves the man advantage. This should be on paper a good round from them. Jackson prodding at the firebox, isn't going to find anything. Gets himself on a boost spot for more information. Kaiser still holding back there. Take the first kill. We find a second. Yes, he will. He will do so very nicely. AMTV coming in. Joking gets a headshot of his own, and now it's up to CLB and Dark Lord getting tapped away. 3 versus 2. But look at the health. There's going to be Dark Lord that takes down one low HP player. AMTV on site with the bomb diffuser. It's not going to happen. Stev on 1 HP. Nothing he can do. He cannot find the 2 kills. And he will just be forced to back away. CLB does go down, but it is a round on the board for Threads.
I do need to say that that was beautiful Counter-Strike right there. Very textbook trade efficiency coming in from Threats to hold the bomb site and the bomb plant, and it worked the way it needed to. So nicely done coming in from Threats. They've more or less secured the next 2 rounds if they can just get past this one. Kaiser opening things up quite nicely with a headshot onto Stev to begin with. And things are not looking good for ViCi Gaming until Joking comes in and carries his weight in Palace. I just noticed, despite the round score, we do see that Joking and Advent do carry positive ratios. In fact, Joking has the most frags of any player in this map right now, so that's more power to him. And whenever he gets to renegotiating his contract, it will certainly add as leverage, I imagine. So, Advent now coming through, carrying his weight on this map as well. But as it stands right now, this is a bomb plant that I don't think Threats is going to see defused anytime soon. There's no sneaky stuff coming in, no VP versus no Neo diffuses coming in against FaZe Clan. I've only seen that happen once after that that match last year at IEM Katowice.
I've only seen it twice ever, actually.
What was the second time you saw it?
Including the second time was when I was doing a regional tournament in the UK, and the cheeky player, the cheeky 1 versus 5. It was good. It was funny.
I see. I saw that happen on a Chinese LAN. I forget the name of it. But the team that was involved, I think it was eHome. The team that had the player who did it, I think he was on eHome's team. Enough about that. We're getting into ViCi Gaming. I mean, this is them trying to hold bomb site B. This is perhaps a very critical round to them, very much so. But Dark Lord's just coming in, mowing down fools with a Tech 9. He's got a UMP now, and he's going to say hello to my little friend as he tries to build a bank towards getting what I think is going to be an AWP. That's the only reason why I can think of him making only the Tech 9 purchase this round. He has $3,300, so I mean, he had enough for an AK-47 to begin with. That much is unquestionable.
ViCi already going to hold back. Not going to go ahead and bother for this particular retake, and realize that they are at the disadvantage. Advent will hold. We're pretty close. Looking for that kill. Hopefully relieve some money off the hand of the threat side, and he will do so particularly nicely. Gets himself a UMP for his trouble.
That's
not losing much to that. Yeah, definitely not that bad for either side. And Jackson, of course, will have himself the AK-47 for his team for the next round. So, relieved investment at least for ViCi. But now this is where it comes crunch time, the rifle round, because Threats... Nice motorbike, sorry. It's going to be Threats trying to find themselves a 14th round if they want to shut down ViCi.
Right, and I mean, that's basically the bigger story. Yeah, it wasn't that bad for Advent getting with that UMP at the end, but at the same time, we have to stress that there's only 4 rounds left of wiggle room, effectively speaking, coming in for ViCi Gaming. And if they want to win this map, they have to get away with either 10 rounds or 9 rounds to carry themselves into overtime at the very least. Nice opening frag coming in from Kishi-san. Joking is going to find what on earth? 3 kills in a row. It's just like the stars lined up the way they needed to. Now it looks like they might be able to hold. Well, it looks like I'm eating my words now. Well, Dark Lord going back to stairs to hold. I don't know. I feel like this is a scenario that is very frequently seen. So maybe ViCi Gaming want to think of throwing some Mission Impossible tactics at the team. Maybe have one of the guys look for a sneaky way to get in behind that position early on. That is going to be a spray down. CLB is going to get away with... there's 1 frag. Dark Lord's going to get away with 3. Nicely done.
And this spells bad news for ViCi as well. 13-6.
Yeah, effectively speaking, I mean, the next best buy round would be the following round, but looks like they're making what looks like to be a very mixed purchase of upgraded pistols, as well as an M4 and AWP, but that's about all they've got going into this round. I noticed that when threats were on CT side, they definitely got aggressive, maybe 2 or 3 rounds towards mid, and we don't see the same response coming from ViCi Gaming. But the thing is, on this round in particular, it doesn't do too much to help. Advent does make the nice opening frag. Big dog pile coming in from stairs, a main entrance, whatever have you. And that's going to be Jackson kind of shutting this down, so it looks like this might go in favor of ViCi Gaming, unless... I cursed it. God. Why do I do this? Why do I do this? Stalker gets a double kill at just the right time to bring things back to 2 versus 2.
And look at this. Threats are actually considering the rotation as well. This isn't even going to be that bad out of the T side. ViCi, full-on rotation, holding down the A site. Will look to be a man advantage, a several-man advantage for ViCi, a 4-on-2. Suddenly turned, well, to sour. Caster's
this
curse.
Is definitely... Yeah, Caster's curse. Binge HD curse. Like, why do I do this? Why do I do this? Why do I do this? Seriously. Okay. For those of you just now tuning in, that would be a good time to check out our giveaway at bit.ly/Rising Stars League, if I'm not mistaken. I'll double check on that in just a minute, but check that out. Jackson kind of shutting things down here for Dark Lord. Gonna make the plant, or rather the defense of the plant thereof, a little bit more difficult. Verifying that link right now on bit.ly. Yes, that's correct. bit.ly/Rising Stars League. All one word, no underscores, nothing like that. And so it's going to be 1 versus 2. You know, if ViCi Gaming could take any one of them, it would have to be this one. It would have to be this one.
Still
checking every corner. There we go.
And it's going to be ViCi that take it. So thankfully, they keep themselves together.
Wait.
Threats denied. Any particular what's the word? Any particular access to that map point that they couldn't find. Was 13-6. To their favor, at least. So ViCi, at this point, playing for survival and not much more than that. As they are looking for, well, a way back into this matchup here, of course. Pretty big deficit in rounds. About 6 there between the two. And now the AWP will be on Jackson to try and defend it. And aggression out mid is exactly what they're going to be playing for here.
Oh, man. This could get ugly real fast, but Stev is going to find the opening frag. So this works out nicely in favor of ViCi Gaming, as he's going to backpedal after that early aggressive frag coming out. He looks like he's looking for a second. He's going to get it, too, and he's going to back out almost immediately, goes into ladder room. Oh, no. Is he going for 30? Dinks someone. What on earth is this? I think he's Rambo. Except this time he doesn't need a weapon with... He has a weapon with a silencer this time. Joking's going to get a nice spray there. And ViCi Gaming, they say if we go down swinging.
Nice swing and a hit right there. Good God almighty. Stev and Joking out towards the connector and short. Finding themselves the kills that they need to find right there. That was absolutely insane. Good stuff with the dink through the smoke. A little bit of luck gets them through the night, but the spray downs will keep them solid. And now it will be, well, similar buy in the side for the ViCi team. Threats going in with the eco, standard eco, I do believe. It's just going to be, well, Deagle's PT50s Gonna say UMPs, but there are no UMPs out. It's gonna, well, only 2 flashbangs for Stalker and Threats. Well, ViCi have themselves at least a good read on what they're going to be trying for here. There is the Molotov out from AMTV on towards the apartments area, but Threats just going to wait for it to clear. The smoke will be out, but they're going to start entering quickly on here. Team damage, that's not how you start things off, guys. AMTV got himself a good angle with the UMP, takes down the first, trying to find a second, but CLB and Keisha's have come in onto 2 more, back to a 4-on-3. The man advantage is in a favor. Oh, the grenade is so good. It's not going to take him down. It's going to be the 3 versus 4.
Oh,
CLB
man.
comes in with a good 2 shots with the Deagle. Good God. CLB going insane for Threats. Can he make it a 4K is the question. It's not going to happen. Kaiser shuts down the AWP, and we're 14-8 up to the favor of the CT. Oh, sorry, excuse me, the T. So I'm even getting flustered. That's how bad, that's how good that double D was.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's see where things go here. I mean, geez Louise. I'm wondering just how many Chinese fans are tuning into this right now. And how many of them might be a little bit disappointed with this performance. Alright, so that's going to be Kaiser now, getting the opening frag. And, I mean, a little bit of aggression up mid. This kind of worked 2 rounds in a row, but ViCi Gaming said, okay, we've had enough of it. We're pushing up mid, and there's nothing you can do about it. 5-man push, and whoa, that almost looked like it was going to be a collateral coming in from Jackson. He does get a double for his time, however, before he is shut down. And now it's 2 versus 1. Looks like ViCi should be able to make this happen. But this is also where I think we should stress the situation that Threats will be in if they manage to drop this round without even getting the bomb down. Economically speaking, it looks like they would stand to only gain $1,400. Could probably buy a couple of rifles. If not, we could see Kaiser go totally ballsy and just full-blown purchase an AWP. But it looks like the plant might be coming through. Yeah, most likely will be. Yeah, okay.
Retake up for ViCi. 2 players coming in from 2 different angles. Dark Lord, 26 HP. This is such a difficult retake, but look at this. ViCi, they've got themselves no defuse kit. Absolutely none whatsoever. So this could be something that Dark Lord could try to play for time here. If he finds his first kill, it'll be a great start. Takes down Advent, and now AMTV left to try see what he can find. Will push drones to her side. Then he takes down 1, and that is going to be the defuse coming in. Actually, no, wait, hang on, no defuse kit. Is he going to find it? It's going to be enough time, I think. He's got it, I think. He's got time.
It's close.
Time. It's fine.
It's close.
It's fine.
Hold me, Jay. Hold me.
ViCi have this. ViCi have this. Don't worry. I know my timings. I know what's going on. I know what's going on. 14-9 will be the score line. ViCi will start to get themselves back into this one.
Actually, fun fact of the day, there's actually 2 types of music that precede bomb detonation, and the first one would actually be, it's a 10-second warning timer. I guess you could say it acts as a 10-second warning timer. So if you don't have a kit and you start defusing before you hear that music, then you will actually make the defuse, no problem. But there's a second one, and if you don't have a kit, or if you have a kit and you make the defuse after that music starts playing, you're doomed. So you just got to get out of there.
Well, seems like ViCi have their music turned on, because they know exactly how much time they needed for that one. 14-9 scoreline. Going to be actually first pick to the favor of Joking, taking down Stalker. And now Threats will be pushed back in towards the T ramp. Still going to be ViCi holding that good defensive. Joking, standing angle out towards the jungle. 2K from has worked out so well so far. Steph comes in on CLB. And Dark Lord is alone alive with a scout. And nothing he can do to try and defend against ViCi. 10-14. Good kills come in. CT,
the comeback is real.
Back into this one. Yeah, the comeback is definitely real.
The only problem is, I don't think this round is so much of an issue. It's more or less slated to go to Threats, but to be honest, the following round, like, when Threats have money in the bank, that's where ViCi's going to have to start getting creative. We see 5 P250s, no utilities to go with them whatsoever, and a 4-man unanimous rush out towards apartments. That's, you know, perhaps that spells doom more than anything else, I think. No one trying for mid on terrorist side whatsoever, and that's a very cramped hallway you're talking about. And that frag grenade, that second frag grenade, oh my god, Kobe! And the spray down coming in from Stev and AMTV. That was just, it was utter chaos. There's no other way to say that.
Yep, sprays come through. Of course, it was going to be the eco that came around from threats anyway, so was not much they could have done in that situation at the very least. Able to, well, try and look for something, but there's nothing will be found in this case. Absolutely nothing whatsoever. 11-14 now. ViCi definitely showing in their own here. Trying to find themselves a way back in, and I think they've really found it. They've really ramped up the pressure on the threats side. 14-11. 3 AKs, 2 M4s on the side of ViCi Gaming. Doing well to save those weapons into the round, and now threats. Once again, no AWP out pretty much for any side here. 5 AKs, lots of smokes to work with. It could be a quick execution on towards the A site. So I think they haven't gone for too much, and I think they'll try for it this time. Advent's down to lower dot. They haven't anticipated it will actually be the kill that comes in for Advent, but he burns alive. Good Molotov coming in from Jackson. Actually, no, that's a team Molotov. Oh my god, Jackson, what are you doing? Soaking, meanwhile, is going to be able to take down the bomb planter through the smoke of all things. Back to a 3-on-3. The Molotov goes out, and this is going to burn Stalker alive, but he will still stick the bomb plant coming in from the threat side. 13 HP on him. Dark Lord comes in, takes down AMTV. Stev and Joking. Last 2 alive out towards Connector and Jungle. The flash.
And their positions are known.
And they know. Yes, they know exactly where they are now. The flashbang will give it away, and Joking is now going to push them through. Stev takes the headshot anyway, and Joking's aggression is so good, it's all left to Dark Lord. But Dark Lord's going to spray them both down. Nicely done. 15-11. Threats have themselves a match point.
On top of that, I mean, like, yeah, as you said, it's match point right now. It feels like there's almost nothing that can be done if you're in ViCi Gaming situation except try and play out the round as best you can. One thing that works in their favor right now is the fact that Threats does not have superior firepower. I say again, Threats does not have superior firepower on 3 of their players. So with that being said, they're going to have the power of the AWP on Jackson and 4 M4s to support either with or without silencers. And now it looks like the execute is going to be unanimous for A site. No one's going to be watching the rear, and this is a default coming in from ViCi Gaming. That's what's working against them. They have to hold their angles as best they can, try and make the op shots connect as best they can. But where on earth is that AWP? It's not. I don't think it's anywhere to be seen. But nicely done by Advent. The triple. He's looking for the quick, but he's going to reload. And it looks like, oh, he just got taken down. Definitely play of the game, that triple.
Oh my god, Advent. Saving it for ViCi. Threats once again, they misread their angles. Advent almost closed it out with a 4K of all things as well, just running out of ammo at the wrong time as well. Heartbreaking for him, but ViCi claimed their 12th anyway, and Threats are now in absolute dire straits this time around. Much less than what they brought in the last round, and then the round before that, for that matter. UMP, pistols, force buy for all intents, 2 smokes, 2 flashbangs to work with. This is going to be an A execution that needs to be beautiful from Threats if they want to get back into this one, because ViCi look poised to take this one all the way to overtime. As it will be 5 T players setting themselves up here. This one is going to be a good round that could come out of Threats. On paper, it should go to ViCi. But can they take the close range fights, and can they check their angles properly this time around? It will be the smoke first one out, second one out towards the stairs area. Stalker still has his in place, so we can get it out towards CT ramp if he can find it. Jackson with 1, with 2, with 3! And as well as that Advent comes in, it will be Dark Lord that refrags, but he's still got to find himself 4 more, and he won't be able to do so. Joking takes him down. It's all 15-13 now. ViCi. Another eco coming in for Threats. They are on the verge of taking this one to overtime.
Not quite on the verge, as they have 2 rounds to get through, including this one. But at the same time, let's not count Threats out of this one just yet. And it looks like it's going to be a 4-man push towards bomb site. I was just about to say bomb site mid, but okay. It looks like. Sorry, let's call that bomb site C in an alternative universe, but we already see the 2 opening frags there. It's just like, okay, I thought they were gonna do that again, unanimous 4-man rush towards bomb site B, but that was certainly not the case. You could see a little bit of a slanted prediction from me, a very poor prediction, but here it is.
Oh yeah, bomb site mid is gonna be the play, right, guys? Yeah, poor bomb prediction, dude. What? Double up out for ViCi now, and we are one away from Threats potentially taking this one to the edge, or ViCi taking this one to overtime. Let's have a look, see how they set themselves up. B play. Well, actually, it's the bomb over towards B, but actually looks like what Threats are setting up to an A site. I'm not sure if this is a misread or whether they're going to try and pull the rotation. This is a huge risk because if ViCi get the bomb down at any point during this matchup, especially if it's during that push, then this could be all over, all said and done just for the overtime for ViCi's side. So definitely a huge risk for them. 15 to 14.
I would personally love to see overtime because in this scenario, that means we would see both teams at their, I guess you could say at their best. But here comes the execute now, and that is going to be both sides going into bomb site A. Jackson holds his corner quite nicely, and that means 4 versus 5. As we're going to see Joking now holding just fine and dandy up on top of Palace, but, well, I mean 2 versus 5 now. And MTV, his position's revealed. That's all on CLB. 1 versus 4, wing and a prayer. It looks like we're going to overtime. Indeed, we are.
Yeah, CLB, no chance. And this is why that A site fake with majority of players over towards 1 and then the bomb going to B is not... Well, it can be an effective strategy sometimes, but in this case, it is absolutely not. And in this case, it will hurt them more than it helps them. So 15 to 15, ViCi come back eventually, and they bring themselves to an overtime here.
Right, and this is what I was hoping for the most, because then you see both teams at their finest. The reason why you could say that is because they've got everything that they need to, like everything, all the tools at their disposal, and $10,000 in the bank. You already see that Jackson makes the opening frag. He's finally found his position as an opper on this map. It's going to be Joking getting a follow-up, and now it looks like, you know, after a very, very hard struggle, we see that ViCi Gaming is going to get some kind of a leg up in all of this, but the round is not yet won.
3 versus 5, it favors ViCi. Dark Lord spokes out, also Molotov's out, Sandwich takes down Advent.
That's what I call a grilled sandwich.
Oh, God. My God. Well, speaking of getting grilled, it's going to be the grenade back onto Dark Lord, takes him down. 4-on-2 situation. Yeah, that joke was bad, my friend. CLB and Kishi-san, last couple alive for the Threats side. And they're pretty scattered around the map. They've got themselves mid-control, they've got themselves position out towards ramp, but it has to be an A push at this point. I mean, surely the rotation must be too slow for Kishi to be able to make it in time. And, well, there will be the push coming on out. Bomb gets dropped. That one should be all over now. CLB he's been here before. He's been here before, but he cannot do it. He didn't do it before. So Stev will take him down for the 16th round and the first round of overtime to the favor of ViCi.
Indeed, and the kind of position this puts you in if you're Threats is you've already got one guy in your team that I think purchased an AWP. He's kind of down and out economically, and then this at best, this only sets morale for the team. So Threats, they're not in an economically dire position, but the next round, if they lose this one, if all 5 of the players go down, then they certainly will be in an economically dire position. And basically, under this server's set rules for overtime, in order for a team to take the win, it has to be 4 rounds of the 6 rounds of overtime, and we already see that ViCi Gaming has gotten away with 1 of them. The question is, can they grab 3 more? We're about to find out. In this one, we see Kaiser actually getting cooked alive.
Still the utility gets thrown over towards the A sites. It looks like an execution will come on through, but once again, all the strongest players from ViCi are in play, particularly Jackson, who spots out one, a wall banger of all things onto Kaiser. Still going to be Jackson taking out a second. Advent chimes in, taking down Stalker. Dark Lord falls. CLB left alone back towards Palace. Bomb is way out of his control. He's got nothing he can do here other than try for something here. Because, I mean, the economy of Threats is looking awful. Maybe you could save that AK into the next round, but... Oh, man, It is not looking good for these guys. ViCi have really come back into their own, taking themselves the 17th. And potentially even have reset Threats to what could be an eco force here.
At this point, CLB should be able to hear some footsteps at B short. He should know where some members of ViCi Gaming are, but I don't think he's going to go actively looking for any firefights. He's just going to try and hold on to that weapon for the remaining 20 seconds. Of course, holding on to AK, armor, and a full stash of grenades is, I think, perfectly acceptable because it's better than the alternative, which is dying and getting awarded $2,400, I think it is. Yes, $2,400 for dying. You would have just a little bit less. His position's revealed. He's been spotted, and well, now he's oh no. Ouch. That's just awful. Died after the timer went down. I was just going to say, if he died before that timer went down, he got a frag, and that brought him to about 4,700, but jeez.
And that's tragic for him as well.
Yes.
CLB, Deagle armor, and a Molotov. He's worked that Deagle well before. The question is, can he do it again? And at this point, they need to do it again. And Threats, they're going for his A execution again as well. Their strategy hasn't changed whatsoever, and I question the play here from the T side. I'm not sure whether they just want to get this one over and done with, but this could be very difficult for them with the Tech 9s rushing down the A site. Molotovs out, a check sandwich. Dark Lord actually going to be able to get Advent nicely done. Molotovs out. 4 versus 5 coming in. Smokes. Molotovs are all out in play, and a spray comes in from Stev. He just sprays madly through the smoke. Tags up the bomb planter. At least a WP from Jackson takes down Kishi. We're back to a 4-on-4 situation. The smokes are out. They're still coming in from the ViCi side, trying to block off anyone from Threats who does decide to try and enter onto site. Defuse kit on every player, so anyone can try. Tap in. Shocking gets himself out, takes down Dark Lord, goes aggressive. Step takes down Stalker. One more comes in on Kaiser. CLB left alone with a Deagle in hand. The defuse is coming on through, and this is all over for him. It's going to be 18-15, a flawless first half of overtime for the ViCi Gaming side.
Yeah. Jeez, I mean, that was something else on the retake. It was basically just the T's getting pushed off a point, and I think that's one of the seldom seen scenarios that you would have where you've got one terrorist left alive on the team while the defuse is going down. But this is where we ask the all-important question: can ViCi Gaming take one round on terrorist side? We're about to find out.
Double orbs out for Threats. Stalker, Kaiser holding on to it in the positions of a site in the middle. This round could be all over for it as Threats start things off great. Dark Lord takes down Jackson. Stalker spots out one. Good flick. Takes down Jocking. And a 3 versus 5 comes into play. Advent, AMTV, and Stev. 3 versus 5. And they are forced to back away and rethink their strategy. Try for the A site once again. And
or maybe
this
B.
time it will
the rotate
be,
coming in. It's alright. It's alright.
This time
it's still early.
It's
still early for you, bro. It's still early.
Yep. It will be the the 3-man versus 5 coming in. Push from Threats. They are holding down the nice angles. CLB's got himself a nice flashbang that you can use. The pop flashes way on through, which he will use. Phrase out. Spots out Advent. It's the information. I think he also spotted down the bomb as well. So the rotations from Threats will come in very nicely. Molotov takes down AMTV. Looks for a second. Makishi stands in there, and CLB back towards truck. Takes the second kill. It is going to be 16 rounds on the board for Threats. So they are not done just yet here.
And not a single counter-terrorist was dropped that day. Well, get a look at the frags. Joking at 43 right now. Advent at 30. Ooh. And that, I mean, just it really opens your eyes because as the commentators, we don't actually have to pay attention to this stuff. We're not required to, but it definitely helps us get a better insight. These guys are definitely carrying their team. And by the way, Jocking's name is pronounced Joe King. It's he's Chinese. Okay. It's how you pronounce the Chinese ZH.
See,
it's like
I've been struggling with that for the past 3 weeks. So thank you very much for letting me know.
It's all right. I mean, like all the League of Legends commentators get the name for example, Xin Zhao wrong for the longest time, and they still don't bother to correct it. If I may just say so. It's just one of those things. I have a degree in Chinese language and literature, so that's how I know this.
Fair play. Fair play.
Yeah. So
first pick goes towards Stev. Kishi. Fallen now.
Oh, there's a trade though, and that's gonna be Dark Lord. Bringing it back to 4 versus 4.
We
just have.
And the very blocking out the B site here.
Yeah, it's a very scattered ViCi Gaming right now. Not scatterbrained, just physically scattered. They're a little bit everywhere on the map, but I'm leaning towards saying that they're playing by pick right now. They're not going to move until they actually have a frag.
I mean, that's pretty... I mean, all seriousness, though, that's kind of a little bit dumb here because you got to try and play for a site, and you're running out of time on the ViCi side, so how long do you really have to kind of play with here? Not a whole lot. Bombs down. No one's got control. 30 seconds. They're all scattered all over the map. How long does it take to try and formulate a push? The bomb is on its way towards the A site, so they might have enough time if they can get control. Still, those AWPs will be in play, and Stev takes down Dark Lord. Finally, they've got themselves the man advantage back to the ViCi side. The Molotov's out there towards default, so they have to go for a more risky plant if they do decide to go. 10 seconds now. Bomb's going to get planted. Advin just about gets there in time. Connector's blocked off. T side. CT is starting to enter onto the site. Jackson gets one. Stalker gets the AWP play. 3 versus 2 now up for ViCi to try and win this map. Is it going to go to their favor? We'll find out in just a second. 3 versus 2 now. And the CTs have just been locked out of sight. They've got the fuse kits, but they're running out of time, and they're also running out of health here. Stalker on site. CLB coming in from the back, from the jungle area, spotting out whoever he can. Stev has the angle right there, and it's going to be the defuse kit. Is Stalker going to stick this? There's no way. CLB gets one, gets taken down, but Advent comes in eventually to bring the 18th round on the board for the team eventually. So we're going to go over to a quick break real quick, guys. Do not worry for a second, and the analysts